And coming up soon here on Trevor Sports, Trevor Clarkson presents Trev Gear Rally Report. A brand new satirical look at the world of rally motor racing here on Trevor Sports. But now with live coverage of the opening home international between Wales and England from the Principality Stadium, it's Grandstand. Good afternoon, welcome to Grandstand. We're here today, we're kicking off the home internationals, the British Championships kicking back off once again. And don't worry if you've not been able to get into the ground. Tonight on Grandstand, we're going to bring you the best seat in the house. We start off live here from the Principality Stadium in Cardiff for Wales versus England. The game is live. Our commentator Trevor Motson is all set and will bring you all the action as it unfolds. Plus we'll bring you highlights of yesterday evening's game between Scotland and Northern Ireland at Hampden Park, and this is one you don't want to miss. And of course, always alongside me this afternoon, we've got the ever majestic Trevor Hanson and Trevor Hill. But first, before we go on and bring you anything, it's time for us here to take a quick stop and go over to Trevor Burke for Trevor News. Good afternoon. The World Athletics Association have finally agreed to continue athletic competition. After the cancellation of the Olympic Games, it has been decided that Beijing will host a World Championships which will carry Olympic level points, and their Olympic record will be intact in these championships. Thankfully, we here at Trevor Sports have been able to secure live and exclusive rights, so sit down and join Trevor Coleman and everybody for that. And in other news, the JB Sports Network is set to expand with JB Sports Gaming, a channel dedicated to that of FIFA, Pro Evolution Soccer and Cricket 19. To get your fix, make sure you click the little icon above us and sign up to JB Sports' channel. But from all of us, thank you very much for watching, and you'll hear more from me after Grandstand. Thank you, Trevor. Right then, so it's time for us to give you a quick recap of what took place yesterday. It was the home international, the very first one kicking off at Hampden Park yesterday evening between Scotland and Northern Ireland. Your match commentator for this one is Trevor Tilsley.
And Scotland and Northern Ireland will get us kicked off here at Hampden Park. A wonderful evening for some football, and well, this is a fixture that very much favours Scotland over the years, as James Forrest is already marauding down that left hand side. Gets it back to Andrew Robertson. That's a lovely ball in, cut out by Cathcart, although he's struggling to clear his lines here as Naismith has pinched the ball in the box, turns and shoots. Oh, what a start! What a start for Stephen Naismith and Scotland. Hampden Park is already going balmy, and Northern Ireland are simply going to be looking at their defence going, what on earth was going on there? Big thumbs up from David Marshall and Ian Barraclough, who said they were looking to break their duck against Scotland, who haven't beaten them since 1983. This isn't the best start, is it? Let's have a look here. A lovely cross from Robertson, who's so instrumental in this Scotland side. Cathcart didn't cover himself in glory there, failed to clear his lines. The goalkeeper is completely blindsided, and Naismith has gobbled up an opportunity like he normally does for Scotland. You see here, he doesn't put his foot through it. Naismith gets a toe on it, picks up the pieces, and yeah, the goalkeeper doesn't really have much of a chance there. Northern Ireland looking to get back into this game. Here's Dallas into Lafferty. Good turn! Just wide. Kyle Lafferty, Northern Ireland's top scorer in this side, with 20 goals to his name. Couldn't quite add to his tally. It was very close though, early sighter. It was the goal scorers on that day in 1983. Norman Whiteside and Sammy McElroy. Now here's Ryan Christie. In the box, gets the ball across towards... Oh, Naismith hits the post! And the goalkeeper, well, he got the ball trapped between his feet and does just about hook it clear. Look at this. Johnny Evans going for a bicycle kick clearance, nearly badly backfired. What was he doing there? Scotland to build from the back. Here's McGregor. Forward towards Naismith again, who's really running the show. Gets it to John McGinn. Out wide to Forrest now. He's been marauding down that left side this entire match, causing all kinds of problems. Whips the ball in towards Naismith again! Oh, it's just over the bar. He's winning all the aerial battles there, Stephen Naismith. Rich run of form for him. Look at this, McCullen's all at sea on that far side, and well, Naismith out jumping Johnny Evans. Free kick in a promising position. Can Stephen Davis, the most experienced man on the pitch, create something here? Gets it to Lafferty. Oh, it's a poor header over the bar. Everyone expecting Davis to shoot. Looks like something from the training ground that Barraclough would have been working on, but he won't be pleased with the execution there. Can Scotland double their lead before half time? Long ball forward, Cathcart. Oh, he's lost the ball again to Naismith. Naismith still going. Oh, that's a lovely ball out wide. Can Forrest get there before McCullen? He does. Forrest again whipping the ball in towards Naismith. Oh, it's just... Both players headed the ball there. It's fallen to Ryan Christie on the edge of the box. Still going Christie. Oh, he goes down holding his face. Did Dallas throw an elbow in there? It's a yellow card for Dallas. He's probably lucky to still be on the pitch. It's being protested, but I don't think there's any arguments here. Let's have a look again. Oh well, he does go down holding his face, doesn't he? It's a dangerous place to give away a free kick. And Naismith, could he double his tally here? It's Stephen Naismith. It's fantastic! A beautiful free kick from Naismith, and Scotland are 2 up. Superbly taken. Goalkeeper no chance. Evans in discussion with his defence, but I don't think he can do much against that free kick. But Naismith, who has been running the show this whole match, causing all kinds of problems for the Northern Irish defence. Let's have a look again. It's a lovely free kick there. See if we can get a better angle from inside the goal perhaps. Here it is. It's so far in the corner, the goalkeeper's got absolutely no chance. So going into half time, they're going to have doubled their lead. Well, Scotland looking to start on a positive note as they did the first. Here's Ryan Christie. Cathcart's all the way out there, a bit out of position. Christie still going. Oh, he's absolutely skinned him. Gets it in towards Naismith for the hat-trick. Oh, it's just wide of the mark. Look at this. Cathcart's been sent for chips here by Christie. Look at that. Beautiful cross, and well, Naismith could have took the match ball home with that one. It's a long ball forward looking for Will Grigg. He's been fairly quiet this match. The Scottish defence has done really well. Here's Dallas. He's back to Lewis. He's got plenty of space here. Can he get a ball in? He does, towards Will Grigg. Oh, it's an unconvincing punch by the goalkeeper, and McGinn. Oh, his shot is blocked by the captain, Robertson. An unconvincing punch by the goalkeeper there. Let's have a look. Lovely cross in from Lewis. The goalkeeper, he gets a fist to it, but it's not very good at all. Lands straight to an Irish face. And, well, McGinn will be disappointed with that one. And Scotland, well, they've managed their time really well in this second half. And there we go, there's the full-time whistle. 2 goals from Stephen Naismith condemned Northern Ireland to yet another defeat to Scotland. It's been a long time since they've beaten Scotland, and that wait will continue as Scotland, in front of their home fans at Hampden Park, come away with all the points here. It's finished here. Scotland 2, Northern Ireland 0.
Well, alongside me watching the game this afternoon in our studios here at Trevor Vision Centre is Trevor Hanson and Trevor Hill. And Trevor, if I may go to you first, what did you make of the Scottish performance in the end? I thought Scotland had a very, very good game. I thought the way in which they set out showed a lot of positivity, particularly in the way in which they were playing. So it was very pleasing to see. I think the changes in the squad were welcome. I thought the heartbreak they suffered to the Czech Republic in the European Championships, yes, was a heck of a lot to follow. But hopefully they can continue on from there. And Trevor, Northern Ireland in that game? I thought Northern Ireland were ultimately unlucky. I think maybe it was just their lack of finishing which hurt them on the day. And you look at the quality of Stephen Naismith and how he's proved himself, and where Scotland were. I think Northern Ireland just needed that old-fashioned number 9, and I think they had a shout in the game. Well, we all remember this summer, and for all those that joined us during Euro 2000, thank you very much. But just in case you weren't there, here's a little reminder of what took place. So Wales versus England was supposed to be the big quarter-final, the big showdown at Wembley, but thanks to a last-minute Memphis Depay goal, sadly Wales were knocked out and England had to rely on an extra-time winner to get past the Netherlands. There'll be no extra time this afternoon. Trevor, who have you heard you pick a favourite out of Wales versus England? Well, cast your minds back to the last time England won a major tournament, and I don't remember it. They played Scotland famously at Wembley in the home internationals, and on that day, even though Jackie Charlton was in, Scotland were able to win. So I wonder if there is a slight air of complacency. I wonder potentially if England may fancy themselves. I do think the Welsh atmosphere is going to be that 12th man for Ryan Giggs' his team. So it could be a chance. I personally think tactically England have too much for Wales in their resources. Bear in mind, the home internationals, you're allowing 6 substitutions during this. Is technically a friendly. But I would technically, looking at the way in which the two sides are playing, probably would have to favour England. So one favours England, one favours Wales. We're split here in the studio. I'm keeping stum. Right, that's enough from us. The pre-match ceremonies are all well and done. So it is time now to head down and join your match commentator for this game. It's Trevor Motson.
Thank you, Trevor. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the battle of the two Tottenham starlets. Mr. Bale, captain in Wales, Mr. Kane, captain in the European champions England, as they go into battle in the first home international of their campaigns. In front of a tremendous crowd here at the Millennium Stadium. Before the game now, the national anthems. Well, I've never heard the Welsh national anthem sung with such gusto in all my years of commentating. Let's have a look at the two teams then, starting with Wales. A lot of responsibility on the midfield five there of Lawrence, Ramsey, Allen and Brooks and James to provide the bullets for Captain Gareth Bale to try and sink England this afternoon. And England have made a change in goal, and Burnley's Nick Pope gets the nod. Calvin Phillips of Leeds makes his first start alongside Foden and Henderson. Maguire and Gomez are the two centre-backs. Referee for this one is Danny Makelele of the Netherlands. All the officials incidentally come from the Netherlands today as the game gets underway, and it's Wales in those red shirts attacking the goal to our right. England all in white, of course, both traditional colours. And here's Ramsey earlier, was here for England, but that came the defender and away by Nick Pope. Big responsibility on his shoulders. Jordan Pickford not performing as well as he might for his club side at the moment for Everton, so Nick Pope getting the nod, the Burnley goalkeeper. Ben Chilwell though, Harry Maguire. One ball forward up there towards Rashford, who was the 2-goal hero, you may remember, a couple of months ago in that tremendous Euro 2020 final. Wales, of course, reached the last 16 when they were beaten 3-2 at Anfield by the Dutch in a game I'll never forget. And it will be a question, it'll be a good question to know how these teams will respond after their campaigns in the European Championships. Of course, Scotland off to a flyer with a 2-0 win. You may have seen earlier on Grandstand against the Northern Irish up at Hampden Park. This is Phil Foden now, the young Manchester City starlet, but he gives it straight away to young Tom Lawrence there on the far side. Joe Allen picks the ball up. Now Lawrence getting a good couple of touches of the ball here. Daniel James of Manchester United. Little chip out towards Tom Lawrence on the far side. Wales starting really well, and they've got a corner in the first 5 minutes of the game. Gareth Bale to take it. He's just rejoined Tottenham, and they will be playing alongside the England captain in the Tottenham side. Of course, they played a part in that never to be forgotten 4-4 draw you may have seen on Match of the Day last week. Here's Allen with an effort there, and it's going to deflect. Poe was in a little bit of two minds whether to just come and get the cross or not. It wasn't really good England defending there. And the deflection there, I think Pope probably did the right thing just to let that one go. But Wales have forced another corner here. And they're really asking a lot of questions of this England defence. Failed to take it then from the far side. 2-4. About 4 Welsh players in the penalty area. As that ball's in there towards Ramsey, who takes it down beautifully. Good save! A tremendous bit of goalkeeping by Nick Pope. And Ramsey struck it so well. And Pope down and away to his right. Made a magnificent save. This is the sort of form that he was in last season for Burnley. And he did magnificently well to get down there. He's a big man, Nick Pope, and he did magnificently well to get down there and make the save. Another Welsh corner, their third in a row. Again from the far side. And Lawrence is in there. And so too is David Brooks. And his shot was deflected away. And danger really here for England. They haven't started the game well, the European champions. Here's Lawrence. Ramsey. And Brooks. David Brooks! Oh, just wide! Wales are forcing the earlier opportunities here. They're taking it to the European champions. They're taking it to England. And should be at least a goal up. England have started very wretchedly here. And David Brooks, the man from Bournemouth, should have struck the first goal there. And he knows it. Remains 0-0. But England have got a little bit of respite, although they should be a goal down. Pope goes short to Joe Gomez of Liverpool. Phil Foden, whose misplaced pass a few moments ago really led to all that danger there for the English. Here's Chilwell. Signed for Chelsea, of course. Jadon Sancho of Borussia Dortmund. Bundled off there. And it'll be a free kick. Mr. Makelele of the Netherlands, the referee, just getting involved there, just saying, come on. It's an English free kick. As Roberts tries to argue the case against himself, and that was his challenge there. No doubt it was a foul on Jadon Sancho. Could be Trent Alexander-Arnold. Scored that magnificent free kick against the Dutch. Can he perform the same this time? Off! Well, Hennessy there made very hard work of that. Should have been a simple save, really. He palmed it and then got it again at the second attempt. Wasn't the best goalkeeping in the world, but I suppose when he looks back at it, he will obviously say that he did the job, even though he made it look a bit more long-winded than it needed to be. Anyway, here come England now with Kane. Breaks to Rashford. And after a slow start and a tentative start, the white shirts starting to charge towards the left-hand end of Cardiff. And here's Rashford. Chilwell now. 12.5 minutes gone here in the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. Grandstand live on Trevor Sports, and it's 0-0 as the ball's chipped in there. Tremendous defending there by Chris Mepham. And the 2 Premier League suitors looking at him, I'm sure, this afternoon. Very good defender. May have a good career there, but he's playing in the Championship at the moment with Bournemouth. Foden now to take it up, and he finds Rashford. This is a good game so far. Just needs a goal. A quarter of an hour gone. Here's Sancho. And Rashford! Oh, what a save! What a save that was from Hennessy! Lovely approach work again from England. Rashford starting it off, playing it into Jadon Sancho, and then his shot. Rashford, a great save there. And Wayne Hennessy up to the challenge. England corner that first of the game. Alexander-Arnold to take it. Quarter of an hour gone. And in it goes. And there's a little bit of a miscommunication there. And it's a Welsh corner. It's an English corner, rather. Bit of bad Welsh defending there. So Trent again. Alexander-Arnold again to try and get this corner in. In there towards Henderson. James got the header in. It'll break for Foden here to retrieve the situation. Henderson into Rashford. Rashford! Good save! Tremendous save again by Hennessy, although it was at a decent height as the ball comes in there and it's headed wide by Harry Kane. England, after being under siege at the start, starting to come into their own now. There's the cross at the initial save, and then the England captain just getting it wrong there at the crucial moment. And a goal kick now to the Welsh. Get that. Good high percentage there. 84% passes completed for Wales. And for England, 83%. Not much to choose between the two sides at the moment. Here's Bale. James. Good little dummy there by Bale, but he can't get it forward, and Maguire now can get it away for him. Sancho with a header. He'll chase that one against Chris Mepham, but it's quite enough to get it forward. Ben Davies to Tom Lawrence. Now he's got a bit of space here. He's got acres of space on that far side there. England haven't tracked him yet. It's a good run this from Tom Lawrence, and he's got a corner out of it. And that raises the temperature inside the Millennium Stadium, but it's a goal kick in fact. Thought that was a corner then, but McElhinney must have signalled a goal kick. I figured it was a corner anyway, but still 0-0 if you've just joined us here on Grandstand. Home International Championship. Scotland already with a win under their belt with a 2-0 win over Northern Ireland last night at Hampden Park. Rashford. Ampadu getting it away now for Wales. Finding Brooks. On to Bale. Daniel James. Joe Allen. Now Ramsey. Good football this from the Welsh. Here's Lawrence again. I mean, plenty of the ball on that far side there, and he got it again as we go to the halfway mark of the first half. And Daniel James now with a chance to attack. Brooks back to James. Allen. Now Roberts. And Roberts has crossed his charge down. It'll be a throw for Wales. He wants to take it into Brooks. So Roberts down the river then. It's an English throw. And Rashford, even at this early stage, with only 24 minutes, got he's wasting no time. Wants to get on with the game. Nothing wrong with that. Here's Joe Gomez. Henderson. Harry Maguire. And again. Now Choa. A chip forward there by the Chelsea man. The new Chelsea man. Formerly, of course, with Leicester City, of course. Here is Choa again. Into Phil Foden, the Manchester City starlet. Well, a lot of people say will take over the old David Silva role. He's simply got the capabilities. He's been around that City team now for a good 2 or 3 years. And does up the goods. Forget about the off-field misdemeanors and Mr. Foden and Mr. Maguire at the start of the season. That's all forgotten about now. It's all about the now, here's and the nows. And here come Wales now. Right now with Daniel James. 2 in the middle. One of them is Bale! And over the top. Well, there's always a danger for England when Gareth Bale gets into that penalty area. This is a lovely ball here. James in a lot of space. Bale's header way off target in the end, just over the bar, but really good play. And Tom Lawrence there, backing up what I've said about him, he's had a lot of the ball, 67 metres he's covered so far in the opening 28 minutes of the game. It's a testament to his work rate and effort that he's having a lot of the play. He's doing some good stuff on that far side for the Welsh this afternoon. Ball chipped in there towards Rashford. 0-0 is the score. If you just joined us. But Nick Pope's made a couple of top saves. So too has Wayne Hennessy. Here's Rashford. And of course you'll be hearing the dulcet tones of Trevor Lynham and Trevor Hansen and Trevor Hill at the half-time interval. And yes, we brought the two of them out of semi-retirement for this game. Not that they will appreciate my kind words. Here's Ben Chilwell now for England. And it's 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. Here's Rashford. Almost into the second tier. Well, it's a fierce rivalry between England and Wales in any sport, and that also includes rugby, of course. Of course, Wales' national sport, really, in terms of support, is usually the rugby. When the England rugby team come to the Millennium Stadium, it's usually a very produces a very lethal cocktail. I must admit, it's quite a lethal cocktail up the moment in this one in the football. We've had 32 minutes gone. Phil Foden has tripped his man here, James. And he's got a ticking off there from Mr. Makelele, the Dutch referee. And Wales have a free kick. Live here on Grandstand, we've had nearly 33 minutes of the first half. And the chip in there towards the far side. Joe Allen will pick this one up. And he loses possession now, and Henderson can bring it away for England. Now Jadon Sancho. He's got a fellow Englishman now who's going to come through the ranks at England. Jude Bellingham, who's signed for Dortmund from Birmingham in the summer. And a free kick to England. Of course, Jadon Sancho's been, as we see that foul there. It didn't look a foul to me. Jadon Sancho's been the subject of a long-time speculation of a move to Manchester United, which hasn't come to fruition thus far, as the ball was chipped in there towards Rashford. Rashford on the turn, good block. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Mepham who got his body in the way, but it's a brave block by the Welsh centre-back. Anyway, here's Phillips to Sancho. Sancho chipping it in, but it's into no man's land. And here's James to pick it up for the Welsh. Ampadu. Mepham. Now Davis. 10 to play till half time. And still 0-0 here on Grandstand in Millennium Stadium. Home International Championship, the first official tournament since 1984. And the fans, certainly as Lawrence tries to stay on his feet there, loses possession to Trent Alexander-Arnold. It was a fair tackle, but the fans have turned out in force for it. Scotland had a full house at Hampden Park in the first match against Northern Ireland, and certainly it's a full house. 75,000 inside the Millennium Stadium. At least 70,000 of them are from the valleys. And what you get with a Welsh crowd is it's a land, they never stop singing throughout. Always singing to the last, the Welsh fans, as the ball is chipped in there. Now then, that's a corner. Or did he dominate? Well, it's an unnecessary corner. And England have got themselves a little bit of a gift here if they can take advantage of it. Here's Chilwell. Nice little crossing there, and Mepham making a little bit of a meal of it, but getting away with it. That was just tentative here in the last few moments. England have certainly dominated the second part of the first half. Here's Rashford. Good strength. Foden. Henderson. Wales have got 2, 4, 6, 8 back behind the ball at the moment. No foul. Referee was happy. Here's Henderson. Kane. Harry Kane! Good save by Wayne Hennessy. A flying save. And that was a comfortable handling as well. Good goalkeeping that from Wayne Hennessy. Maybe number 2 at Crystal Palace. Ryan Vincent Guaita, but his reflexes and handling was sharp there. He may have some work to do now as Kane gets the shot off. England thought there might have been a free kick, but the referee was happy with the challenge. And here's Gareth Bale. And here's Aaron Ramsey. The flag has stayed down. It's Tom Lawrence. What an opportunity for him now. And Bale's in there. But a good covering there from Harry Maguire and Pope. Knocks it away to Trent Alexander-Arnold. A couple of minutes to go to half-time here on Grandstand. Still 0-0. England-Wales in the home internationals. And here's Kane now. And he goes down. It's a free kick to England. And Aaron Ramsey may get the first yellow card from Mr. Makelele. He does. First yellow card of the game coming in the last 26, well, in the last sort of 45 seconds in the first half of normal time. I'm sure there'll be some additional time at the end of the first half for any stoppages that may well have been accumulated. But England have got a free kick here. And it may be a little floater here from Alexander-Arnold. It is towards Kane. Alexander-Arnold. Sancho, what a moment it could be if England could strike just before the break. As Trent Alexander-Arnold tries the shot, there's going to be 2 added minutes. And England get a corner. It's lovely work this initially from the free kick. I knew it was going to be a chipped effort. It comes off Mepham, Sancho's shot, or Alexander-Arnold's shot. And it will be a corner. Can England strike now? We're at 10 seconds into the first of the 2 minutes as the ball comes in there towards Calvin Phillips. And his man making his first start. He's his second cap today, incidentally, for England. He came on in the Nations League games at the start of the season. Here's Phillips. And that's good football again. Sancho chipping it in there. Chances there for England, but Robertson's across for Wales. Good covering. Just 15 seconds of the game, or the first half to go. We've played the 2 minutes. All eyes on Mr. Makelele of the Netherlands. Here's Wayne Hennessy, and he brings the first half to a close. Well, it's been all about the goalkeepers here. Hennessy's made smart saves, Pope's made smart saves. It's blank at half time. It's Wales 0, England 0, and back to Trevor Line.
Well, half time, folks. It's England 0, Wales 0 here in Cardiff. If not for two fantastic performances by the goalkeeper, it could be 6-6. Absolutely extraordinary game. We got the second 45 minutes to come in the home nation, so don't stick around. But just a very quick reminder for you that we do have another episode of the Match Today coming up. Same time, same place next week. Join us for that. Our main game for that is the Merseyside Derby. And we've also got Arsenal's trip to Manchester City. But first, back to the game, and I'm going to hand over to the two experts for this one. Trevor, what did you make of that half? I thought it was a good half between two sides that are prepared to attack. Just didn't think that we would have two equally majestic goalkeepers rising to the occasion today. And Trevor, same opinion you had? I do, but I'm going to be critical, and I'm going to probably say that perhaps from a finishing standpoint, the side should have done a lot better than they did. Well, Joe Allen here, he's quite unlucky with this touch. It's a lovely touch he does have in the effort, and that just sort of set England warning signs at the moment. Joe Allen finding that space to turn, the Stoke midfielder. And then Ramsey's little short corner to Ben Davis. Goes into Ramsey. This is such a good save. Look at this. How Pope is able to dive down low like that. That is a seriously tricky save that Nick Pope has made there. And Bale's corner again, causing England more problems. It comes here to Brooks. That's another effort that was blocked, and it was all Wales really. They went out like England like a bull in a china shop at the moment. And Brooks only played a one Euro game when he came on, and as they beat Turkey, never really featured too much other than a substitute appearance since. And he was so close to really making a difference for Wales. That was very unlucky, I thought. But England did make one chance, Alexander-Arnold's free kick, which was caught at the second attempt by Wayne Hennessy. Question marks over him, but if you have a look at this, that I think he's incredibly lucky with, and in fact it's Phil Foden, the only Englishman in the area. It just shows you how lucky that he was. And then Rashford and Sancho combining for Rashford's effort. That's a much better save, it has to be saved by Hennessy. That's heading into the top corner, and that's a very good stop, that. Rashford again seemed to be the main player for England in the end. Yeah, he was. He was finding space and making chances. That's a comfortable save. I think Hennessy really should catch that, but he does parry it away into a nice space. This little cross by Daniel James, and Bale's header at the near post. Probably needs to try and flick that across rather than go for glory himself. There's Rashford again. That's a nice touch. Good control. It's a very good block actually in the circumstances. Ramsey deserve a booking here? Don't know. I think perhaps sort of heat of the moment potentially. And then this effort by Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, it's you don't expect him to go that far forward, but it's well smothered out the shot, and it's a good block. Well, it's time for the second 45 minutes in the company with Trevor Motson. It's over to you.
Thank you, Trevor. Away we go again. No changes from either side as we get underway here at the Millennium Stadium. 0-0 is the score, but both goalkeepers certainly earned their corner in the first half. Nick Pope at the start. Hennessy made one or two magnificent saves himself. Certainly was a half for the goalkeepers, who certainly came out on top against the attackers. A game that was built up as a Bale against Kane's shootout. No chance here for Bale, and England have exposed the goalkeeper, and Bale has tucked it in, and England are behind. The European champions are 1-0 down, and it's Gareth Bale. We were just discussing how quiet the two Tottenham men have been, and then Bale absolutely steers it behind the England defence. Nick Pope was utterly exposed, and he's asking the Spanish Inquisition towards the England defence, why did you leave me so exposed? He had little or no hope of saving it, and 70,000 Welsh fans have gone absolutely mad. Wales have taken the lead against the European champions, and this is what happened. The ball threaded in there, and they just didn't pick up Bale. They were ball watching England defenders, and with the toe poke of his left foot, he did the damage. Pope was just badly exposed. There was nothing that Nick Pope could do in the English goal. Bale is just too deadly a finisher, and England let him go. They were guilty of ball watching, and Bale took the ball away into the back of the net with absolute glee, and it's Wales who take the lead. And there's 70,000 Welshmen and women, 70,000 Welshmen and women rather, who are absolutely cock-a-hoot with glee. Guy and Giggs' side are in the lead. Here's Sancho! And Hennessy with the save. Well, this is turning out now to be a real shocker. As things stand, England might be in trouble will be in third place if it was to be that way. But there's still a long way to go yet. But Wales have struck the first blow, and it's Gareth Bale. Kane now for England. They must respond. Can Southgate's men respond? The European champions are in trouble. 1-0 down in the home international championship. Chilwell for England. Henderson now. Phil Foden. Haven't seen too much of Calvin Phillips in the midfield area. Sancho. Now Phillips gets a chance now to show what he can do. Playing it in there towards Kane, and the shot deflects, and it makes it a little bit more comfortable and easier for Wayne Hennessy to take as the ball went up in the air. So it's game on here at the Millennium Stadium. Wales leading by 1-0 live on Grandstand. Gareth Bale, who else with the goal? And here's David Brooks. Wales going for that second goal, which would really put them in dreamland here. Roberts again. Allen. Brooks. And James. Allen. And here's Ramsey. And Bale is in there. And he goes down. What's he giving here? Is it a penalty or is it a free kick on the edge? I'm not sure, but it's definitely a foul. It was right on the line. It was right on the edge of the penalty area. We'll get a better view. Oh, it's just outside, and it's a smidgen outside. Phil Foden, he's lucky. Another inch or two inside the area, and that would have been a Welsh penalty kick. But as Sterling replaces Sancho, here's Bale again, off the wall. Bale might have a second goal here, or bounce to the Welsh captain. Gets another break of the ball. Bale! Oh, what a save that is by Nick Pope! Keeps England in the contest. Well, the first effort was poor really from Gareth Bale's high standards, but he gets a little bit of a look here on the follow-up and then forces Nick Pope of Burnley into a magnificent piece of goalkeeping. Good save by the Burnley man. Wales corner. It's going to be Bale. Who else to take it? And it goes there towards Brooks, who nearly got the header in. They'll come here for Ramsey on the edge. Good block again. And the ball's hooked forward, and Sterling, the substitute, might go on the end of this. It's a real turn up for the books here. But Wales are a good side. We saw that many, many times in the European Championships. Certainly in the first two games where they were very ruthless. After 20 minutes against Italy at Goodison Park in the same tournament, they should have been 3-up before Italy came back and won. Their fighting qualities, of course, in the last 16 against the Dutch were there for all to see. And let's not forget, this could have easily, as England have got a corner, this could have been the quarter-finals of the tournament. And what a game it could have been, but it wasn't meant to be that way. Here's James now for Wales. It's a good game this, even with one goal, just the one goal scored. I tell you what, it's been magnificent entertainment. 1-0 will reach the heights of what we saw at Old Trafford on Match of the Day last week. Trevor Davies with the best commentary I've ever heard from him. That sort of game will have a tough act to live up to, and this game certainly is having its fair share of thrills and spells. Here's Ramsey now for Wales. The ball is deflected and it will be a throw. Plenty of football coming your way on Trevor Sports this next year or two. It's going to be an England throw. Not only have we got the home internationals, we've got the Premier League every week on Match of the Day. We've got the Champions League highlights. And of course, FA Cup comes into being in the new year as well. Live and highlights on Trevor Sports. So plenty of football coming your way on this channel in the next few months, in the next year or so. As England come forward again, and Hennessy not the greatest of punches away, and Kane was also lurking, but he broke very kindly for the Dragons. Well, the Welsh Dragons leading the Three Lions here. We've had over an hour. Half an hour for England to save themselves. As Lawrence, oh, that's nice little chest control, and brings Ben Davies into it now. Ryan Giggs will be proud of his troops today. They've really took the game to Southgate's boys, but wait a moment, here's Sterling. Can England find a way through? Rashford, he usually seems to do so. He certainly did in the latter stages of the European Championships. And then England have conceded a free kick there. Jordan Henderson guilty there of fouling the other number 10 there, Aaron Ramsey. But it was 8 on 10. There's Chris Meppen. Chilwell's come off. Luke Shaw of Manchester United's now come on. No Welsh substitutes as yet. Ramsey for Wales. Harry Kane now. How England could do with him. He has a great record, goals record on Trevor Sports. Whenever he's been featured on the channel, he's usually scored in every game he's popped up, either on highlights form or live matches. Here's Alexander Arnold. Nicely worked again into the path of Henderson. Alexander Arnold's there. Can England force the Oracle here? And here's Kane! Yes, they can force the Oracle! Harry Kane has equalised! And it's the two big men from Tottenham, the two captains who play for Tottenham Hotspur, who have got one goal each. Wales 1, England 1. And both captains have scored for either side. And that was a typical Kane goal. Henderson back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. His cross was amazing, perfect. And that was a very good header from Kane, getting above Roberts at the far post. And this really is a typical Harry Kane goal. Does it week in and week out for Tottenham Hotspur. He got 2 last week in that magnificent game up at Old Trafford. He's got 1 this afternoon as Maddison replaces Phil Foden. James Maddison, of course, who plays his club football at the King Power Stadium for Leicester City, has got 25 minutes now to make himself an England hero. And the European champions are back on parity live and exclusive on Trevor Sports and on Grandstand. Remember, Scotland had already won their first home international championship game, 2-0 against the Northern Irish. Wales and England now deadlocked at 1-1. It's going to be pardon the pun, a real grandstand finish now, with the game evenly poised at this particular moment in time. Brooks to James. James again gets possession in very, very well, and then the ball tucked away. Ampadu will chest it down though under no great pressure. Finds Joe Allen very easily. Still Allen. And now Meppen. Well, starting to build slowly again. Tom Lawrence had a super game on the left hand side. What a lovely ball that is to the other wingman, Danny James. And he gets the ball in. Chances there for Bale. Joe Gomez gets it away. And then has to hug it out under pressure from Bale for a throw for Wales. Well, here comes Wilson. Harry Wilson. Subject of speculation that he might be going to Burnley. Plays for Liverpool. Replaces Bournemouth's David Brooks. And that's out of play. A little bit of a waste there for the Welsh. In fact, there was an offside there against two Welsh defenders, Welsh attackers, I should say. England's defence. And a very smart offside game there. 19 minutes plus stoppage time left to play here at the Millennium Stadium. You're watching it with us here on Grandstand. Ramsey. Once again, that man Lawrence finds Ben Davies. Are we going to see a late bit of drama here live on Grandstand, which is about to celebrate its 62nd anniversary since the very first episode? Well, one of these two teams carve another niche into Grandstand history. Here's Roberts to James. The ball deflects high in the air. Might break for Henderson, and it does that superbly. Harry Kane takes control. Now Sterling. Rashford's there on the far side, so to is Shaw, the substitute. Rashford. Quarter of an hour left. Live on Travis Sports. This is Shaw. Flip in there, but it's knocked away. Don't forget, match of the day next weekend. Or next Thursday, in case you need to be reminded. We're back to the Premier League. Merseyside derby and Manchester City against Arsenal. Two of our featured games, plus all the goals from all the other games played. Join Trevor Lynham on Thursday at 8 o'clock on this channel. Meanwhile, here on Grandstand, free kick to Wales. Goal by Joe Gomez. Just a 1 yellow card from recollection, and that was to Aaron Ramsey in the first half. Referee McAlery has kept his cards very closely in his pocket. In fact, that was Ramsey ironically being fouled. It gives Wales a chance here, as Jack Grealish now replaces Rashford, and Henderson has been replaced by Harry Winks. And you can make up to 5 substitutions, I think, in the game. Wales have not really used too many substitutes thus far, just the 2. I make it. Here's Sterling now, away from Mepham, and a shot came from Kane and over the top. Good breakness from England. Nice little counter-attack there. Lovely one-touch stuff here. Sterling, nice little through ball, and Kane just his radar there, just off target there from the England captain. Radar just a bit off. Well, there's the comparison. Bale scored 2 goals. It's had 2 on target from 4 shots, and I think Kane's had 3 from 5. But both have scored a goal each, and that's the scoreline in the top corner of your screen. Wales 1, England 1. Live on Grandstand, and we're still 11 minutes of this thrilling international to go. Could be a point apiece here. And is Sterling onside? He is, I think. He is onside. It's Raheem Sterling! Oh, what a good save that is from Wayne Hennessy. Well, for a moment I thought Sterling may have strayed offside, but he didn't. Must have timed his run enough. Mepham must have played him onside here. There's the shot. And in fairness to Hennessy, it was actually a very comfortable save by the Crystal Palace man. But it's an England corner, and the danger's not over for the Dragons yet. Trent Alexander-Arnold, who will take the assist. Ashley Williams has come on for Roberts. England about to take another corner. I think that's 6 now. Here's the corner. And then it goes on a great save. Sterling on a rebound off the post. And then Wilson scrambles it out. Phillips. Winks gets his first touch. And Sterling again. And how has that stayed out? Sterling has hit the post. I think he hit the post from no more than 4 yards. Here's Winks to Kane to Winks. 8 minutes to play. England almost snatching another goal there. Maddison, Sterling, thrilling end to this game. England free kick. Grealish wants to take it quickly and almost fell flat on his face there, the Villa man. Got away with it. Wasn't a great quickly taken free kick. He just went sideways. Winks. Oh, he's lost out to the brilliant Tom Lawrence. Here's Ben Davies. Wales will breathe a huge sigh of relief. Ryan Giggs and Gareth Bale respectively will share a collective sigh of relief there. The referee's going across, and is he going to book the man? No, he's not. Well, a little bit of inexperience there It's a free kick. Well, Daniel James has had the most successful passes from a Welsh point of view. He's done really well today, Daniel James. He can't get any no good at Solskjaer's Manchester United squad. There's Ashley Williams. A chip in there, but Shaw will get across. Nick Pope and Wayne Hennessy deserve a lot of plaudits because their goalkeeping between them. Both goalkeepers deserve a lot of accolades because they've made some super saves. Otherwise, it could have been 4-4 quite easily. The amount of chances both teams have had, it would have been another super game. It might still be now. James is onside and it's wide. And Daniel James has really been superb on the right hand side for the Welsh. Had the glorious chance there to write his name into Welsh legend here. 1-on-1 with Nick Pope, strikes it right footed and he just misses the far post by about a fingernail, if that. How unlucky can you get? England's so close to being sunk there as Taylor comes on to replace the brilliant Lawrence. 10 shots for Wales, 5 on target. England have had about 15 and have had 12 on target by the looks of it. And I'm serious now. This game could have had another 4-4 here. This is how good the game has actually been as a spectacle. Free throw into England, I think. Here's James and Volks will come on. What a game he's had, but he'll be kicking himself, Danny James. What an opportunity. Goal with his mercy. Nick Pope to beat. And he lost his lines. Wasn't much in it. Here's Wakes now. England have designs on winning the game and the points themselves. Here's Shaw. Chipped in there towards Kane and over the top. To the relief of Wayne Hennessy. Well, both teams could have easily won this game. Ball chipped in there. Kane was in there. I think it might have come off a defender, you know. From that angle, it looked as if it came off a Welsh player last. It didn't. It was certainly Kane, as it turned out. But what a match it has been. If it ends a draw, then I think both teams deserve a lot of accolades and no criticism because it's been a fantastic game of non-stop attacking throws offside against Raheem Sterling. Easily a couple of yards off there as the ball was played through to it. So a free kick to Wales. So we go right into the closing stages. We're inside the last 10 seconds of normal time. And then all eyes will be on the fourth official down below me. And 4 added minutes to add to the drama. There's still a chance for one of these two teams to win it. Ramsey finds Davis. Davis has got room to cross. And the ball went screeching through the 6-yard box and no one could get on the end of it, including Gareth Bale. Volks has kept that alive. Now Ramsey. Wales have still got a chance here. And Ramsey. Oh, good challenge there from Calvin Phillips. Gomez. Oh, what a match it has been. We've played 2 of the 4 minutes. Live on Grandstand. Bale for Wales, Kane for England, the goal scorers. But it could have been 6-all, the amount of chances that both teams have created. But then you've got to thank Hennessy at one end and Pope at the other. This is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tyre bodies out there now. Last minute of the 4. Madison now. Will we see one last chance? Sterling goes in now. What's he giving here? Free kick, I think, on the edge of the area. Once again, perilously close to the edge of the box. It was, well, I think that's just inside the penalty area from Ampadu. I must say, in fact, he's giving it the other way. I thought it was an English free kick. And he's booked Sterling. I can't understand that. Anyway, Mount has replaced Phillips. With the remaining 10 seconds. Are we going to see a late bit of drama here? Deep into stoppage time. Volks is in there. Wilson. Volks. Bale waits in the middle. And Bale was there, but so too was Joe Gomez. And the shot comes in. And it's a terrific save by Nick Pope. Neil Taylor with the shot. It deflected so viciously. But then Nick Pope stuck out an arm and managed to get it away. But Wales are still not finished yet. We're still deep into stoppage time. We played a minute and a half over as the whistle goes. But what a game here at Cardiff's Millennium Stadium. It's finished throwing us even. One apiece, but both sides will real missed opportunities. But then again, They'll be indebted to their two goalkeepers, Nick Pope for England and Wayne Hennessy. Kane equalised after 67 minutes. Barely put Wales ahead after 48. It was a game that could have ended 5-5. But in the end, after a tremendous match here at the Millennium Stadium, it was a privilege to bring it to you live here on Grandstand. Tremendous football, and I hope you've enjoyed it at home. It's finished here. Wales 1, England 1, a point apiece. And back to Trevor Lynham.
Full time then, England and Wales sharing out an incredibly entertaining draw. Despite there not being a winner, I'm absolutely sure that you've got your money's worth this afternoon on Grandstands. Reflection now from the boys here up in the studio. And Trevor, what did you make of that game? I thought it was probably a fair reflection. To be honest, if you look at the balance of the play, it's incredibly even. But I can't say you think either side deserves it. Wales perhaps nearly stole it, but Nick Pope's outstanding save at the end is completely the difference, and that's why England have got away with this. So, did England get out of jail out of this one, Trevor? Yeah, I think so. I really do. I thought, see, in my opinion, I thought Wales had more of the game. They had more of the better opportunities, more of the better chances. So I thought England were fantastically lucky. Oh, they did score, and they did that, but they played nowhere near the level that they did in the European Championships. But there are a lot of new players on both sides, actually. And if I'm looking at these new players, I'm probably the happier manager being Ryan Giggs out of this. So, yeah, I guess one of the things to point out is perhaps England's goal that they conceded. And it's actually very good work by Wales. It's a lovely exchange of passing between Aaron Ramsey and Gareth Bale. And that's what does it. But it just shows you where this England defence perhaps haven't played together as much, as tight-knit a group as they were. All it was an old-fashioned 1-2. Joe Gomez, absolutely in no man's land. He's caught completely square. And it is Calvin Phillips who's the most further player towards Gareth Bale, who's always going to score from that situation. Always good. England nearly got back into it. Yeah, but it wasn't a difficult save to make by Hennessy. This by Sancho doesn't really catch it. And I don't think Jadon Sancho actually had a very good game by his high standards. Harry Kane did, though, find something for England. Yeah, he kept on prodding and he kept on having a go. And, you know, any centre forwards hit the target. Hit the target, you might create chances. Big chance that for Wales. Well, Gareth Bale's pedigree, you thought that's it, but you know, perhaps it was just a bit too close. The follow-up effort, my heavens, he's really hit that, and that's another fine save by Nick Pope. I'm sure he must be in his process to challenge Jordan Pickford for the number 1 jersey. And Ramsey had a good effort. Oh, he had a magnificent game here, Aaron Ramsey. That was unlucky. That was well blocked. England good for their money on the equaliser. Yeah, it's a great cross. This don't discount how good this crossing is. Centre forwards, you know, you can feed your family on that. That's a brilliant. That's just what you're after. That was, and Harry Kane's not going to miss that. And then Sterling was put through and should have won it. Yeah, although you have to give credit to Chris Mempham, who pushes Sterling wide and forces him to shoot from an awkward angle. So I actually think it's good defending. And the resulting corner, the luck goes Wales' way. Yeah, I'm sorry here, but, you know, Raheem Sterling, I mean, it's a fantastic block by Joe Allen, but Sterling should be lifting that into the net, not be placing that one along the deck. And then this save by Nick Pope. Oh my heavens, is this a great save. Look at this. It takes a wicked deflection of Joe Gomez. He has to readjust himself in midair and save that. That's brilliant. Well, the table as it stands for the British Home International Championships of 2020-21. Scotland have the lead early on after their win over Northern Ireland yesterday. England and Wales go level 1 point apiece. England have an advantage over Wales purely because the name of their country starts with a letter higher in the alphabet than Wales's. And that's all we could find to separate them. Well, a wonderful weekend of action here on Grandstand's 62nd birthday. We thank you all very much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this and bring back some wonderful memories We're back next with Match of the Day, and keep an eye out because we've also got something else coming back to the channel. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.